On a serene morning, Jasper found his front yard under the shadow of a massive eagle, unusually calm and oddly imposing. This wasn't a sight one typically sees in suburban Greenwillow. It was as if the eagle had chosen his home for a very specific reason. Feeling a mix of awe and a creeping sense of urgency, Jasper approached the majestic bird carefully, only to freeze in his tracks when he realized why it had graced his yard with its presence. His heart raced as he dialed 911, the reason for the eagle's visit sending chills down his spine. But before we start, smash the like button and make sure to subscribe if you haven't, and hit that notification bell so that you won't miss any new stories. Jasper had never seen an eagle up close before, so seeing how large it was in person was oddly intimidating. When it landed in his backyard, he hadn't been sure of it to begin with, yet he couldn't help but feel the need to approach it. He took a few more steps forward, hoping not to scare the eagle into flying away. Though it flapped his wing a few times, maybe warning Jasper to keep his distance, it stayed perched in his front yard. He could feel the blood drain from his face as he felt his pockets. "Shit!" Jasper cursed as he couldn't feel his phone in any of his pockets. He needed to call the police, and he needed to do it fast while also making sure that the eagle wouldn't leave. Jasper made sure not to make any sudden movements as he slowly went back inside. He heard a screech as his hand touched the door handle. "Please don't fly away," he begged as he quickly glanced behind him. As soon as he was out of sight of the bird and could no longer startle it with sudden movements, he ran for it. He immediately saw his phone lying on the kitchen counter, next to the window where he had seen the eagle first land. He immediately dialed 911 while simultaneously making his way to the fridge, as he had just thought of a smart idea. He was searching his fridge when the 911 dispatcher picked up his distress call. "This might sound strange, but there is a giant eagle in my front yard." Jasper started as he told the dispatcher what he had just seen, as he moved closer to the animal. While he was telling the man on the other end this, his eyes finally found what he was looking for. He grabbed the pre-cut raw chicken as he quickly made his way to his front door as he listened to the dispatcher's instructions. "Please keep your distance to the eagle. I will instruct the officers to shut their sirens off when they are in closer proximity to your home so as not to startle the animal." Jasper agreed, finishing the call afterward and coming face to face with the eagle once again. Jasper now had to make sure that the eagle stayed put until the police arrived. He nearly saw the eagle perk up at the sight of it. Grabbing a small piece of chicken, he threw it toward the eagle, only for it to land close to its feet. Jasper scattered more pieces of chicken on the ground, keeping the eagle's attention focused. The eagle's eyes never left him as it cautiously pecked at the new offerings. Jasper moved slowly, trying not to startle the bird. The neighbors, curious and cautious, formed a small crowd, whispering about the massive bird in Jasper's yard. Mrs. Thompson from next door clutched her phone, taking pictures. "Is that a real eagle?" someone asked. Jasper nodded, still focused on the eagle. Jasper warned, trying to keep everyone calm. Police arrived and assessed the situation, carefully observing the eagle and maintaining a safe distance. Officer Ramirez approached Jasper, nodding at the bird. "That's quite a visitor you've got there," he said, keeping his voice low. Jasper explained the situation, pointing at the eagle, which was now calmly eating the chicken. Officers coordinated with Jasper to ensure the eagle remained calm and did not pose a threat to onlookers. "Just keep feeding it," Officer Ramirez advised. Jasper nodded, tossing another piece of chicken to the bird. One of the officers radioed for backup, mentioning animal control. Animal control arrived, assessing the eagle's behavior and discussing a plan with Jasper and the police. The lead officer, Sarah, approached Jasper with a calm smile. "We've got this," she assured him. Her team observed the eagle from a safe distance. "It looks healthy but stressed," one of the team members noted. Sarah nodded, turning to Jasper. "We'll need your help to keep it calm. Keep doing what you're doing with the chicken." Sarah and her team moved slowly, setting up their equipment. The animal control team prepared their equipment, cautiously moving closer to the eagle for a safe capture. They carried a large net and a tranquilizer gun just in case. "We need to be quick and smooth," Sarah instructed her team. After a tense moment, animal control successfully captured the eagle, ensuring it remained unharmed. The crowd erupted in applause. The tag was old and worn, almost hidden beneath the feathers. "We need to remove this," Sarah decided. Jasper explained to the officers that he had called them because of seeing the tag and the fear the bird might have taken it from someone who was wounded. Police took the tag for analysis, hoping to uncover more information about the eagle's origin. "We'll need to run this through our database." Jasper, uneasy about the eagle's tag, decided to research its origins, starting with online searches. He sat down at his computer typing keywords like eagle dog tag and military bird tags. Articles and forums popped up, but nothing concrete. "This is going to take some digging," he muttered. He discovered that the tag might be linked to military use, piquing his curiosity about its purpose. One article mentioned birds used in espionage during wartime. Jasper's eyes widened. Could it be? He wondered aloud. Jasper's mind raced with possibilities. As he prepared for the next day, he felt a strong resolve to get to the bottom of this. Jasper arrived at the library, searching for references to military-trained eagles and similar tags. He headed straight to the reference section, pulling out books on military history. The librarian noticed his intense search and approached. "Looking for something specific?" she asked. Jasper nodded, explaining his quest. She pointed him to the microfilm archives. He found several old documents and books mentioning Operation Skywatch, a defunct military project. Jasper's eyes widened as he read through the dusty pages. The more he read, the clearer it became that this was no ordinary project. Operation Skywatch had layers of secrecy that intrigued him. The references suggested the use of eagles in military operations, linking them to surveillance tasks. Jasper uncovered details about the project's history, including its secretive nature and sudden termination. The documents hinted at internal conflicts and ethical debates that led to its abrupt end. Why was it shut down? Jasper wondered aloud. He read about the project's success and failures, piecing together a complex puzzle. Armed with new information, Jasper decided to visit a military base to seek further clarification. He knew he needed first-hand accounts or official records to understand the full scope of Operation Skywatch. He approached the gate, explaining his purpose to the guard. "I need to speak with someone about a defunct project," he said, holding up his notes. The guard raised an eyebrow, but made a call. After a few minutes, Jasper was led to an office where he waited anxiously. Finally, a door opened and an officer stepped in. He met Captain Reynolds, who listened to Jasper's story and examined the eagle's tag with interest. "This is quite unusual," Reynolds remarked, zooming in on the photo Jasper had taken. Jasper explained how he found the eagle and what he had learned so far. The captain nodded thoughtfully. "Operation Skywatch, you say? It's been a long time since I've heard that name," he said, leaning back in his chair. "Let's see what we can find out." "This tag definitely looks like it's from one of our old projects," Reynolds confirmed. He pulled up some files on his computer. "We need to check the records," he said, beckoning Jasper to follow him. Together they headed to the base's archives, where rows of documents awaited them. Together they reviewed records, confirming the tag belonged to an eagle named Thunder from Operation Skywatch. "Here it is," Reynolds said, pointing to a file. Jasper peered over his shoulder, reading the details. Thunder was a key part of the operation, known for its remarkable abilities. "This eagle was trained for high-level surveillance," Reynolds explained. Jasper's eyes widened. "So it really is from the military," he said, feeling a sense of validation. "We need to dig deeper. I need to know why it was just standing in my front lawn," Reynolds said, closing the file. They set a time for the following day to visit the archives. Jasper left the base, his mind racing with thoughts about Thunder and Operation Skywatch. Reynolds made several calls, securing the necessary permissions. "We're all set for tomorrow," he told Jasper. Their visit to the archives marked the next step in solving the puzzle of the Eagle's appearance. Jasper and Reynolds arrived early, greeted by an archivist who led them to a secure room. "Everything you need should be here," she said, pointing to several boxes labeled Operation Skywatch. In the archives, Jasper and Captain Reynolds searched through boxes of old documents and reports. "Let's start with these," Reynolds said, pulling out a stack of yellowed papers. They discovered files detailing the training and missions of Thunder, the Eagle from Operation Skywatch. Here's something. Jasper's curiosity deepened as he realized just how special Thunder was. "Look at this," Reynolds said, pointing to a report. It described a mission where Thunder disappeared without a trace. "So, Thunder went MIA, Jasper said, piecing it together, "and now he shows up in my yard, years later." The mystery of Thunder's disappearance and reappearance added a new layer to their investigation. With newfound evidence, Jasper felt closer to understanding why Thunder had chosen his front yard. "There has to be a reason he came to me," Jasper said, looking at Reynolds. "Maybe he's looking for something familiar," Reynolds suggested. "Need to contact someone who knows more about these eagles," he said, determined to uncover the full story. Jasper contacted Dr. Morgan, an expert in military-trained eagles, to confirm Thunder's identity. He found her contact information online and gave her a call. "Dr. Morgan, I've got something interesting," Jasper began, explaining the situation. Dr. Morgan listened intently. "I'd be happy to help," she said. They arranged a video call so Jasper could show her the Eagle's tag and discuss his findings. Dr. Morgan verified that the Eagle was indeed Thunder, sharing stories about its extensive military training. She recounted how Thunder was trained for surveillance missions. "Thunder was one of the best," she said. Jasper learned about Thunder's remarkable abilities and the unique bond it had with its handlers. Thunder could recognize over 50 commands, Dr. Morgan said. Jasper felt a deep respect for Thunder and its handlers. Dr. Morgan explained why Thunder might have landed in Jasper's yard, hinting at its strong homing instincts. Eagles like Thunder have a natural ability to find their way back to significant locations, she said. Jasper pondered this. "So, my yard could be one of those places?" he asked. Dr. Morgan nodded. "It is possible. Something here might have reminded Thunder of its training or home base." Jasper felt a deeper connection to the Eagle, understanding its past and the extraordinary journey it had undertaken. He realized that Thunder's presence in his yard was no accident. Jasper and Captain Reynolds brainstormed possible sources of the blood found on the tag, considering various scenarios. "It could be from another animal," Reynolds suggested. "Or maybe Thunder got injured during a flight," Jasper added. They discussed the likelihood of each scenario, trying to piece together what might have happened. "We need to check Thunder for injuries," Reynolds concluded. They visit Thunder and find that he had trouble flying, speculating that Jasper's front yard probably had been the Eagle's crash site. Reynolds examined Thunder closely. "Looks like he might have sprained a wing," he noted. Jasper felt a pang of sympathy. Jasper and Captain Reynolds get a map out and draw a line on where Thunder was most likely going, namely the military base, and where he could have gotten from with Jasper's front yard in the middle. They used a ruler to mark possible flight paths. If he was trying to get back to the base, he might have flown over these woods, Reynolds pointed out. Jasper nodded, tracing the line with his finger. "That makes sense," he agreed. They find that the flight line leads to woods, and they decide to investigate this. They pack some supplies and set out towards the wooded area. Jasper and Captain Reynolds enter the woods, keeping the map as an indication of where the Eagle could have gone from. Jasper and Captain Reynolds discovered a nearby abandoned cabin, which seemed to be a potential site of interest. The old structure was nestled among the trees, its roof partially collapsed. "This looks promising," Reynolds said, pointing to the cabin. They approached cautiously, peering through broken windows. "Let's check inside," Jasper suggested. The door creaked open, revealing a dusty interior filled with old supplies and scattered papers. Jasper pieced together the events, realizing Thunder had likely been sent to find help for the injured soldier. "These papers mention training exercises," Jasper said, holding up a document. Reynolds scanned it quickly. "It looks like they were out here recently," he noted. Jasper's eyes widened. Thunder must have been trying to get back to the base for help, he realized. "The blood on the tag makes sense now," Reynolds agreed, understanding the urgency of their mission. They contacted the authorities, leading to a rescue mission that located and aided the wounded individual. Reynolds used his radio to call for backup, explaining their findings. "We've got a possible injured soldier out here," he reported. Helicopters and medics arrived swiftly, combing the area for signs of the injured person. The old handler of Thunder was found in the woods and had gotten injured while training Thunder. "Over here!" a voice shouted. Jasper and Reynolds rushed to the spot where medics were tending to an older man. "It's him!" Reynolds confirmed. The handler, weak but conscious, looked up at them. "Thunder," he whispered. "You found him?" Jasper nodded, feeling a wave of relief. The handler had been out here for days, waiting for help to arrive. The rescued soldier was found, identified, and reunited with his unit. After stabilizing the handler, the team located another soldier nearby, also injured but alive. "We got them both," a medic reported. Jasper watched as they were airlifted to safety. "You did good." Jasper was hailed as a local hero for his role in uncovering the mystery and aiding in the rescue mission. Thunder was returned to the military, with Jasper given the opportunity to visit and learn more about the Eagles' training. The visit deepened his appreciation for Thunder and the bond they had formed. Reflecting on events, Jasper reflected on the extraordinary events, feeling grateful for the unexpected adventure and the new connections made. Sitting on his porch, he thought about everything that had happened. "Who would have thought an eagle in my yard could lead to all this?" he mused. He felt a deep sense of fulfillment, knowing he had played a part in something significant. Jasper smiled, ready for whatever adventures life might bring next.